I don't want to say what I think because it's gonna get into my argument on how I feel about Tyrese. Because I think this is a big part of it. But like every superstar don't look like the same superstar, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Ant
I
says,
feel like.
"Oh, go
All right,
ahead,
go
go ahead."
ahead. No, let's read the end comment.
Ant says, I mean, Stephen A. Smith not wrong. Hallie isn't a superstar, but he's also a hypocrite because he was ready to call Devin Booker a superstar after one playoff series.
And
That's
and
correct.
and he was ready to call. And he called Donovan Mitchell superstar like a year. I think it was like a year after he got to the Jazz. Like a year after.
I'm gonna be
So,
honest, bro. Both of
so
those
When he
guys
my
was
like
playing
my
the when he was playing the Clippers in the playoffs, he called Donovan Mitchell a superstar.
so
Yeah,
check me
and
out.
he said he's the greatest Jazz player of all time, which is okay. All right,
So
just
my
basic.
criteria of like superstar of like, okay, so of course you the best player on your team, or if not one of the, you know, either the first best or the second best of your team, but most likely you the best player, and you have to be a big difference maker in the team. Like if they take you off that team probably isn't making a certain place in the playoffs. That's my criteria.
Okay.
Okay.
If Lil Jack says if people think he's not a superstar after this playoff run, I don't know what to tell you. See, it's kind of iffy though because like I think Haliburton is on that cusp of superstar and like top player on a good team. Like it's like it's a line to be drawn. You know what I'm saying? Like people would you call Jaylen Brown a superstar?
No,
No.
no.
So you know what I'm saying?
Jalen Brown
That's
not a superstar, but Tatum is.
Jason Tatum.
yes.
Tatum
Yeah,
is
yeah,
Yeah,
Tatum
yeah.
is
Jason Tatum
definitely a
is
That's what I'm
definitely
superstar.
a
saying.
Yeah.
Though. That's
superstar.
what I'm saying. Like with Haliburton, it's hard to like. It's a line in between if he, you know what I'm saying, if he's a superstar or the best player on a
Yeah,
really good team. If you
because
get me.
it's also like we consider Tatum a superstar, but think about it like this: Tatum has been a winning player since he's gotten to the league. He's been in 28. My apologies, 2018, 2020. Correct me whenever I'm wrong. 2023, 2022, 2024. Tatum has been in like 5 conference finals, and he came in the league in 2017,
Which is
bro.
insane. Holy
Tatum has
fuck.
been a winner his whole career. His whole career, bro. He doesn't face demons in the playoffs. So
The
he's been battle tested, bro. Now, Tyrese Haliburton, I don't believe Tyrese Haliburton is a superstar. But based on ESPN's former the criteria that they have shown, they are hypocrites for not calling Tyrese Halliburton a superstar because they've called Anthony Edwards a superstar. He hasn't made it as far as Tyrese Halliburton in the playoffs. They called Donovan Mitchell a superstar. He hasn't made it anywhere to where Halliburton is in the playoff. You get what I'm saying? So it's like the criteria that they're making is faulty. Now, as I said, I don't believe Tyrese Halliburton is a superstar. I believe there are only a few current superstars in the league, but I believe that Tyrese Halliburton, like you one of you said, is on the cusp of being a super. Like Tio said, is on the cusp of being a superstar.
Ant says his criteria is elite performances and stats, awards and accolades, team impact, consistency, and marketability. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, that's
there's a
it. That is
lot
true
of
though. Marketability has a part to play in it too. Like, are you marketable? I think Halliburton is like very marketable, especially with the Reggie Miller bringing back that was the most marketable thing he's ever done. I'm not gonna lie. And the
facts.
WWE appearance, of course, but like he
Facts.
low key he's getting there. I ain't gonna lie. If he
And
wins, he got it. He got it.
yeah. If
okay.
he gets a ring, that's a total because he just
If he wins,
yeah.
he's stamp. Yeah, if he wins, that's stamp.
Wait, so Ant, what? Okay, you said elite performances, stats, award. Okay, consistency and marketability. I mean, there's a lot of players that like would like check off those boxes, but we wouldn't consider them superstars, or at least most of them, not all of them, but most of them. And the
Yeah, but
only
you said
players that like meet all of them are only like KD, LeBron, Jokic, Giannis. Like, there's only like a few that meet that criteria. Like,
Even Embiid, unfortunately, Curry, Luca. I think Luca's a superstar. SGA.
I'm gonna be honest though. I think the reason why Tyrese is even in this situation of being in this conversation of even overrated or whatever the case may be is because he's not as flashy. He's not the type of guy to drop the 50-point games, the 45-point games. He's done them. Trust me, he's done them, but I think
not as often.
Right, and I think that's the disconnect because he's not as flashy as all of our other superstars are, and that's why I says superstars don't look like other superstars, and I feel like Tyrese Haliburton, when he gets to that point, he's going to be a prime example of a different looking superstar because he's not a score first superstar. You know what I mean?
So
He's not going to average 30 points a game. You know,
Jock says,
I agree with you. Oh, my fault.
Go ahead.
I agree with you because Chris Paul, we all consider him a superstar, but he never had the big numbers. But you knew when you saw Chris Paul on the floor, he was either the best player or the second best player on both teams. Like you knew he was the number one guy. You knew you had to stop CP or you were probably losing that series. So I do agree that like Tyrese Haliburton isn't the flashy, but the way the NBA is moving right now, you gotta have the way scoring is, you got to be able to drop 50. You got to be able to drop 40, 60, just because that's the way the league is moving. And I think that's why a lot of people don't want to say like Tyrese is a superstar. But also, I think it's because the market that he plays. The market also plays a very, very big. It plays a big role because I remember I was watching the Low video. He was saying the same thing. If Tyrese was doing this in New York, we wouldn't question if he was a superstar or not. If he was doing this in LA, Houston, even Philly, like we wouldn't question this because these are all big market cities. But because it's in Indiana, not a lot of people are willing to give him that status because he plays for Indiana also. But I just me though.
Jock says, let me ask y'all, why y'all think he's not a superstar? Okay, why do y'all not think he's a superstar after this like playoff performance? That's basically what he asked. Like after this playoff performance, why do y'all think he's not a superstar? Like ready he wins or loses in the finals. You know what I'm saying? If he loses in the finals, why do y'all think he's not a playoff?
I'm not gonna lie, Jock may have a good point because Tyrese technically has done it back to back now. Like it's not like
My bad.
Nah, for like this is just for like Tyrese Haliburton's argument's sake. He has done this back to back now. He's been at least to the Eastern Conference Finals in back to back years. This time he went further than last time, and now he's in the finals. And I think if he only did it one time, then okay, yeah. But he's done it twice now. So go ahead, Jay. But that's just on Tyrese's part.
I was just about to say that's a great point, and I believe for me, I don't know about anybody else. For me, based on how he does in the finals, I will call him a superstar because of his now consistent winning. How many times do teams make it back to back in the East? How many times do teams make it back to back in the conference finals nowadays? Minnesota just did it back to back. Now Indiana just did it back to back. They call Ant a fringe superstar. I believe that Tyrese could be spoken about in that same light. Depending on what Tyrese does in these finals, if he goes out there and drops 20, 10, and 5 in each game, I think, you know what I'm saying, and hits clutch shots, I believe that's enough to call him a superstar. He needs, but he can't put up any stinkers. Like, you know what I'm saying? When LeBron dropped them 8 points, he had already won MVPs. He had already brought a team to the finals. Tyrese Haliburton, if he cares, well, obviously he's gonna try to win. But if he doesn't want to be seen in that light, he has to go out there, not have a shitter. He has to have a dominant game every series. 20, 10, and 5 ain't gonna cut it. I know. I mean, I was referring more to averages. I do believe he got to go out there. He got to get like a 30 ball. He might need a 30 ball, fucking 15 and I don't know. He's gonna need a lot. But Rod, you're right. Rod, you're right.
All right, Jake, can I ask you something real quick? Do you think Haliburton's the top 10 player in the NBA when everyone's healthy?
No.
Do you think he's top 15?
Yes, he can be. Yes.
All right. Do you think?
I don't know. Top 15.
Okay. All right. You say he's not top 10. Okay. Do you think you could be considered a superstar if you're not at bare minimum at least a top 10 player? Because
Oh,
I'm looking
yeah.
at most of the people we call superstars. Most of them are either top 5 or at least bare minimum top 10. And I only consider like maybe a handful of people like Tatum, Giannis, Luka, SGA. I would say right now.
So depending on how he plays in these finals, he won't move in the top 10. He can't move in the top 10.
I mean, it would. Okay, it would. I would have to see like the general like top 10 list, and I would have to see if he's better than some of those guys.
He's not better than Brian. He's not better than Curry. He's not better than Luka. He's not better than Yoke.
Is he better than
Not better than
Kyrie?
S. He's not better than SGA. That's 5 right there.
Giannis,
Not better than Giannis.
Tatum,
Not better than Tatum.
Kyrie?
we're talking about right now, right? Like this season.
Is he better than Kyrie? I don't know.
Kyrie's not a top 10 player, so.
But that's what I'm saying. If he's not better than Kyrie,
I think
then-
current Haliburton better. Yeah. But what's good, EJ?
I'm trying to think who else. Tatum.
That's
Maybe not
7.
better.
We named 7.
Because I really don't think he is better than Kyrie. If I'm being honest with you,
You got Ant, AD when he's healthy.
which might end the conversation for me.
I don't know if he better than him. I don't know if he better than Embiid.
And you got AD. Like I think that's 10 right there. Like I'm just
Kawhi. I don't think he's better than Kawhi either.
Oh, Kawhi too. So that we got like 11 right now. Like I don't like if he does play well. I still don't know if I can put him over. I'll put him over Kawhi because Kawhi right now at this very moment I'll put him over Kawhi and Embiid because them niggas are never healthy. So I don't know what I'm going to get from both of them niggas, but if he does play well in these playoffs, I will put him over those two. But I don't think he becomes a superstar if he wins the finals, but he could. He could, but he would.
I don't even think he's better than Brunson.
I don't think he's better than Brunson. No, I don't think he's better than Brunson.
I don't even think he's.
But Brunson gets that superstar title because he's in New York. That also plays a huge factor why like niggas think.
Let's not act like this nigga Brunson was not dropping like 40 balls and 50 balls.
Yeah, he was. Like I seen his stat. He averaged like in the playoffs. He averaged like 35 or some shit, some crazy shit like that.
That's ridiculous. But that's why niggas thinks, including me, Donovan Mitchell is a superstar. That's exactly why, because he's also averaging 30 in the playoffs.
I love Donovan Mitchell so much. I do. But if I could put Embiid in there, I guess I would have to call Donovan Mitchell a superstar. I would have to. Yeah, I would probably put D Mitch in that superstar category. Because D Mitch, that nigga can never have a healthy team in the playoffs, it feels like.
Donovan's not a superstar. Why isn't he? He's averaging 30 in the playoffs.
I think what's stopping him, he hasn't made past the second round. But if we're using that logic, that means Embiid wouldn't be considered a superstar. So I don't really know what else would hold him back outside of him not making it past the second round. And the Cavs got hurt with injuries like crazy. No accolades.
Yes, Tommy did cut his hair. No accolades. Oh man,
he's made multiple first All NBA, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know.
He is a generational talent,
That
a generational lead, injured lead talent. Yes.
Yes, he is a generational talent. Good luck, Ant, but he is injured 24/7. So he is
generationally. He's injured generationally.
Generational is a strong word. You don't think?
No.
Yeah, that's
when the beat is healthy, he's considered, if not the best player in the world.
Victor Wembanyama is generational.
Yeah.